The train is en route to its destination. Please have patience while we wait for its arrival.
I don't believe in being patient. Velvet Room. The Velvet Room transforms into a train after the meddling of Sawmiel, the growth of Akira's heart, and the emergence of Toshiro's will all come to a head. The transformed room has but one destination, the abyss that holds a hostile god. The growth of Akira's heart? What do you mean, the growth of Akira's heart? Akira hasn't grown first of all, he's a silent protagonist, but second of all, he hasn't grown at all. What are you talking about? Wait a minute, I also need to look at this updated people thing, probably on, Toshiro, actually. I was gonna say it was Lavenza. It began with his fiancée, then his family, then his past, and finally himself in the world of his mind. Toshiro faced his demons and awakened as a Persona user, transforming Arena into her true form. Once Toshiro severed his self-doubt, the fire revolution lit in his heart was there to show him the way.
You okay, man? Nerves still messing with you?
Well, yes, a bit. I'm worried that we're headed to the final showdown without certain details being sorted out.
I feel the same. There's still the question of Irina, and this world itself. Not to mention the fact that we're not even sure what exactly it is we're going to fight.
I am not sure how much help I will be, but if you'd like, I can share with you what I know. Please be aware that this will involve a degree of speculation, but I should be able to provide some useful information.
Tell me about this world.
Actually, I should probably start by telling you about the root cause of our present circumstances first. I too have been conducting investigations into the nature of Salmael's existence.
What is the point in giving me a choice if Lavenza's gonna be like, actually, that's not the choice I wanted you to make, so let's do the other one instead? What illusion of choice nonsense is that? Atlas? Just don't even give me an option. Just have Lavenza say, first let's talk about Sawmiel.
What I have found suggests it is the materialization of an instinct which exists subconsciously in the human heart.
So, do you mean it's a sort of malevolent god, like Yaldabaoth?
Unlike the god of control, who was born from a collective yearning for idleness, Salmael is, how should I put this? A universal instinct that's burdened man since the beginning of time. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to die. Man's innate desire of self-preservation is another way to put it. One might call it a material embodiment of this instinct, born from an ocean of human subconsciousness.
So, kinda like the personification of people's consciousness that goes, no, don't hurt me, right? When you put it that way, it doesn't sound so bad, but...
Perhaps it was the passage of time, or perhaps it was a change in the nature of the human soul. In any case, a transformation occurred for the purpose of keeping pain at bay. Whether you consider the battles one fights to assert their convictions, or the will driving them towards their fruition, it seems to think that all potential sources of pain ought to be eradicated. If there is anything that does differentiate it from the god of control, it is that Salmael believes it is protecting humanity by eliminating individuals with ideologies it deems threatening.
So, Salmael thinks it's protecting humanity, huh? Oh, good grief, that's one of the worst types to deal with.
And that means it'll do whatever it takes to destroy those it deems likely to cause people pain, correct?
That would be all of humanity?
The words and actions it has exhibited thus far would seem to suggest so.
Ah, crap. Now I'm confused again. So, in simpler terms...
Well, this might not be perfectly accurate, but... Salmael's stated goal is to ensure that people don't get hurt or suffer. And in order to accomplish that, it came to the conclusion that any risk taken to fight for something is undesirable. Does that sound about right?
What? This is so stupid. People don't get hurt or suffer. So Samael he's like, okay, it's cool if people in power are like abusing people beneath them, but what's not cool is when those people try to fight back, because then instead of just one person punching a person, it's two people punching each other, and that's not okay. What? What?
Furthermore, given our nature as humans, there will always be those who take a stand to initiate change. And that gives Samael an endless supply of people to stamp out for having these dangerous ideas.
Dangerous ideas. In other words, they possess the will of revolution, a desire to take a stand against authority.
So, this time around, Toshiro fits the bill, huh?
It makes absolutely no sense that this Samael thing would be aiming at Toshiro instead of literally any of the Phantom Thieves. Literally any single one of them. Instead, it was like, all right, instead of going for those guys who have a will of rebellion and already use their personas to like fight repeatedly, I'm gonna go for this one dude who like doesn't really have anything going on at the moment. And like lead him to getting a persona instead. What?
That would seem to be the case.
I'm very taken by this drawing here. Could I give my opinion on it?
Maybe leave that for later.
Alright, that's enough about that.
Yusuke was really about to hit Arena, or whoever drew that, it was Arena or Lavenza, with the like, hey, do you take constructive criticism? And expected them to be like, yeah, and I hope Yusuke would have just been like, this sucks. This is trash. Samael, the god of stagnation and the entity responsible for the incident in hand. It built a cognitive world from Toshiro's heart to make him relive his past traumas. Samael envisions a world of tranquility and peace for all mankind, but its utter disregard for agency threatens to amputate the possibilities of the human will.
Now that we have a decent grasp on Samael, what's next?
Are we inside Toshiro's mind? Are you gonna actually let me ask a question, or are you gonna be like, well, no, we'll do this instead?
Yes, though to be precise, I should clarify that's only half correct.
Half correct?
This place, it's a spiritual world ruled by Samael. It was built using your cognition, Toshiro. In more succinct terms, this is a metaverse Samael constructed to break your will. I have come to the conclusion that that is the most accurate way to describe it.
That seems like a lot of trouble just to take me out.
Under normal circumstances, it would have been able to erase your will simply by invading your mind.
How do you know that Samael can do that under normal circumstances? What, also define normal circumstances?
But a budding power to resist its domination had already taken root inside of you.
Power to resist? Oh, I get it. You mean a persona?
Precisely. The persona is an armor of rebellion, meant to resist those who would try to exert their influence over others. Like the Phantom Thieves, interfering with those who possess this power is no small task.
And you're saying this power of the will had started to take root in me as well?
It is quite plausible if there was something to trigger it.
Anything happened to you recently that rings a bell? Like, you ever think, I'm having a burst of willpower, baby?
That's quite a crude analogy. Oh!
So it did help you think of one.
He got a call from Eri.
It was the end of last year. As I told you before, I'd been undecided on whether to indict my father for his wrongdoings. And it was right around that time when you all hijacked the live TV broadcast.
Oh, he saw the Shido call out.
Here I was struggling to stand up to my father while you were boldly proclaiming your beliefs to the entire nation. When I thought about it that way, I felt inspired to show the same courage as you. As for what happened next, well, you already know that part.
It is still only a possibility, But a faint seed of power may have taken root within him then. Of course, a persona can be awakened in other ways, too.
I see. I think I'm starting to understand.
Agreed. In other words, with ordinary people, Samael is able to invade their minds whenever it pleases. But with Toshiro, the subtle emergence of a power to resist prevented it from interfering.
These drawings are so, unique. I'm kind of at a loss here, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Additionally, Toshiro's son being able to resist Samael's power meant he posed an even greater threat.
So it was willing to do whatever it took to snuff him out.
Samael saw the small seed of Toshiro potentially having a persona as more of a threat than a group of like 8 kids and a cat that can just summon personas. Why?
In the moment it made the decision to eradicate my will for social change, it created this place.
Yes, the metaverse we currently find ourselves in is called the Kingdoms.
Kingdom, a cognitive world constructed within Toshiro's heart by Samael as part of a scheme to break Toshiro's will. The rulers of the kingdoms, such as Lady Marie and Lord Yoshiki, were mere puppets Samael created from Toshiro's memories to achieve this aim. Yeah, not to mention all of the like Persona 3 and 4 characters who are just out and about minding their business.
Samael must have attempted to purge your will by using the memories which lay dormant in your heart.
Well, I never would have guessed there was a war being waged inside my own mind.
Even so, your subconscious was putting up a fight against Samael's invasion from the very beginning. And amidst it all, it's very likely that's when you were born within Toshiro Kasukabe's spirit.
Me?
Just like Samael used the individuals from Toshiro's memory as symbols of domination, there was another individual in Toshiro's heart who embodied the spirit of revolution.
Eri.
With your mind under attack, you subconsciously materialized Eri and entrusted your hope to her. This hope was the power of your persona, the thing that Samael was trying to destroy before it fully formed.
So in effect, this is what you're saying, yes? Samael created the kingdoms to try and quash the potential of Toshiro's power. In response, Toshiro's heart created Arena as a symbol of revolution, and the keeper of his power. So every battle the Rebel Corps fought was ultimately an effort to protect Toshiro's will.
Oh, not bad, Fox.
I can't let you take all the glory, can I?
What are you trying to prove to her anyways?
Things were looking pretty grim before the Phantom Thieves got here, so I'm not sure if I'd have lasted much longer.
You had only a fraction of power, but it was also very faint. It stands to reason that you would be unable to stave off Samael's invasion on your own. However, no matter how persistently Samael attacked, it was never able to completely wither out your will. Thus, hitting the limits of its patience, Samael opted for a last resort. That is when it must have dragged the real Toshiro Kasukabe into this metaverse.
And then it used my fiancé, my father, and my imposter. Each one of my traumas trying to corner me.
Rulers, a term for any who rules over a kingdom, such as Lady Marie or Lord Yoshiki. As cognitive beings that Samael created from Toshiro's past trauma, the ruler's goal is to keep Toshiro under control with psychological and emotional manipulation. Unlike shadows, rulers are in no way linked to their real-world counterparts.
It wasn't able to break Toshiro's heart with Arena defending it, so it went for the throat instead.
Ugh, seriously? Using a person's memories to try and break them down emotionally is some real sick stuff.
Okay, I'm willing to forgive them for Shadow Toshiro not having the yellow eyes now, because it wasn't Shadow Toshiro. It was just Toshiro Puppet Boy that Samael made. So, you're forgiven for that one, Tactica.
right. For the people? Who's it kidding?
But that didn't go according to plan either, did it?
No, it did not. Therefore, it would stand to reason that Salmael is also in a difficult position. The fact that it showed itself would seem to indicate the intention to settle things with its own hands.
Which means we're in for a head-to-head fight, right?
Alright, we just gotta win. Easy. Just punch thing.
Yes, you have the general idea. I know we went through all this relatively quickly, but we will be arriving shortly. I will be happy to answer any more questions to the best of my ability after we arrive.
Thank you, Miss Lavenza. To put it plainly, the enemy is yet another nosy god wannabe.
This is the pitch every time they make a Persona spinoff. Someone walks into Atlas's like head development room or whatever, and they're like, all right, so tell us, what's the villain gonna be for this Persona spinoff game? To put it plainly, the enemy is yet another nosy god wannabe. And then immediately they're like, sold, make your spinoff.
It's not going to be an easy fight, but when has that ever stopped the Phantom Thieves?
Pardon me. We will be arriving momentarily, everyone. Are all your preparations in order?
Hell yeah! Bring it on!
I would have liked to enjoy this pleasant train ride a bit longer, but I suppose that will have to wait until we clean up this mess.
Our morale couldn't be higher. Onwards.
No cause for concern, I see. Very well. I will take us right in.
Huh?
We have arrived safely. Please, watch your step getting off.
Excuse me, but is that what you call safe?
The world did 3 whole rotations.
I'm dizzy.
Sorry. Could I get a bag or something?
Ugh. Anyhow, it looks like we made it to the enemy stronghold.
Do you think Samael's waiting up ahead?
Yes, but I wouldn't expect a warm reception. I would suggest going further only when amply prepared.
Are we actually going to go, like, fight the final boss, or is there, like, an actual, like, kingdom to go through? Yeah, let's end this once and for all.
This is the final battle. Let's get the win and stop this nutcase for good.
Yeah. And I'll settle the score with my past once and...
You don't make it easy to have a cool exit, do you?
Are we just hanging out in the train now? We're just hanging out in the train now. End things for good. Reach Salmael. There will probably be some fights on the way, I assume. Questions for Lavenza. Let me look at some other stuff. We got any quests?
We sure have a come back
No
again
quests. Wait a minute. I want to see what that special persona I can make is. Oh my goodness! Now it's a train transition. That's actually really cool. I like the other transition better though.
Do you wish to perform a fusion now then?
Oh my
Make your
goodness!
decision.
They added everything. Courier, let's go! I need Saryu and I need 10 more levels. I need it now. I need my boy. Sorosha, Azura, Michael. Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel. That makes sense. Yoshitsune is here. Metatron, yo, Akechi! Ultimate Justice. Ongyo-ki. Lucifer. Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is the green bull thing. I vaguely remember you. Holy cow, they just threw all of these at you, huh? Black Frost level 69, nice. I want Koryu. I want him.
Now then, make your decision.
I want him and I want him now.
Which persona will you
Mop.
choose?
You can make Oberon. Why not? Go for it. Greatly increases voltage gained is pretty cool.
Is
Invigorate.
this persona? One moment, please.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Yo, what's up? It's this guy, Angel Boy. Quetzalcoatl. Reduces SP cost of 1 more actions by 40%. That's really good. And he greatly increases the voltage that you gain.
Acceptable. Please wait just a moment.
Give me bird snack. Bird snack. What the heck is Byakuya? Oh, you're from Royal. How's it going, dude? I didn't think you'd be in this game. What is Rising Vigor? Greatly increases damage dealt when HP is above 80%. That's pretty cool. King Frost. All right, we don't need to be doing this right now.
What would you like to do? Until next time.
I got like 25 minutes left in stream. I doubt that we would just go straight into the final boss fight from here, but I'm not sure. Questions for Lavenza. Let's do this first.